beautiful stretch. And it's all separated bike path that's very smooth and nice to ride. Starting out this morning, the weather is very nice, and I am hopeful that it doesn't rain too much this afternoon. There are showers projected. I'm doing probably somewhere between 50 and 60 watts right now, and I'm cruising at 15 miles an hour. That's what I call a rest day. I'm assuming this is some sort of a school group outing. Trying to figure out why in the world I was going uphill and away from the river. I was thinking, I don't remember this. And then I looked at the map and yes, this is the part that goes around that nature reserve or something. The river that has precipitated this uphill slog. And then I can coast down back to the river. And then from there we stay on the river the whole way. It's another awkward turn. Let's see, which ones do I want to go between? This is not working. I have just been rescued by a big burly Italian guy that just picked up the back of the bike and turned me. He's like, there you go. I'm like, it was much easier than getting out. It was very nice of him. On the downhill return to the river, there seemed to be a lot of cyclists in a very pleasant mood this morning because I've been waved at very nicely several times now. That puts a person in a much better frame of mind than the other day when I had cars honking at me and drivers gesturing at me. I take back what I've said in the past about Italians. There are nice Italians. They're just very loud about it. There's a crew back there trimming the grass under the bridge, and the lady's like, stop, stop, stop. So I stopped, and she tells all of her crew members, okay, stop cutting, let the poor cyclists through. Thought that was very nice of them. This is a beautiful spot back there. I had a view through further to the mountains. Cycle tourist. I just got hit in the face by a mulberry, which is now somewhere in my bicycle. That was unexpected. So I just met a couple out cycle touring, and as I'm going past the rest place, the guy's like, stop, stop, stop. So I was nice and I stopped. He's like, what in the world is that? Where are you going? I told him today I'm going to Brixen, and then tomorrow I go over the Brenner Pass. He's like, in that? I'm like, yes, of course. Then he had to ask, how is it in the winter, and how does it work, and all kinds of things. Strangest sound on the left side of the front of the Velomobile. I was worried I'd somehow sprung a flat or something had gone wrong with the brakes. In all fairness, the brakes have been through a fair bit in their short lifespan. So I pulled over, and it didn't take long to discover that a piece of tape was stuck to the wheel, and as it would go round and round, it would of course hit the side of the wheel well. So that was an easy fix. Excessively busy bridge to be routing cyclists onto. Organized tour, I think. These cliffs are really very imposing. So sheer. You can see why Italians use marble and stuff so much. They've got a lot of it. Time for a little healthy snack. Can't do this on a bicycle. Not easily, anyway. Delicious. It's passing a road sign that says, "Welcome to Sudtirol." This region of Italy was once part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. I think it was after World War II, as part of the what's what I'm looking for? Part of the negotiations ending the war, it was given to Italy. And understandably, the folks in this area weren't too excited about that. So even to this day, 110 or so years later, 105, over 100 years later, the folks here, still many speak German. And you can begin to see the higher mountains. These here are more like little cliffs. But the real snow-capped stuff is up ahead. And those will progressively come more and more into view as I get towards Brixen. In fact, I'll pass sort of to the west of the Dolomites and to the east of the Eisacktal mountains. Daily pillar zone. It's amazing the amount of cycle traffic here, even just on a weekday. Recognize the spot. I stopped here on the way out to find a hotel. And now I'm going to stop here and eat something because I finished my lunch. of 2 rolls in a container of very delicious tomatoes while reclining in my easy chair. What other kind of bike besides a trike can you have dinner in your easy chair, enjoying the scenery, just laying back and chilling, your food sitting at your side? Hello. Convenient table surface in front of you. Features of a Velomobile you never really think about until it's dinner time. Today is one of those just very lovely chill rides. Probably would have been a good idea to bring a lighter colored shirt. Just nice weather, light breeze, good scenery. Crossing the Etsch again at Brixen. My time with the Etsch will come to a conclusion, and I will pick up the Eisack and the Eisacktal Radweg, which will take me basically to very near Sudtirol. Where the Etsch and the Eisack rivers meet and become one. And I think I'm riding down the middle between the two of them, if I recall correctly. Welcome to the outskirts of Brixen. While I don't particularly find Brixen a very appealing place, the bike path along the Eisack River is quite beautiful. I've ridden it several times when I stayed a few days in Brixen a couple years ago. Path is a little bit like an old friend. I have a lot of memories in this area from when I was here a couple years ago. For instance, on these hills up to the left is the Yenneberg. There's a Seilbahn that goes up to the top, and I took my origami bike up to the top, and I did a day ride up there on the mountain, then came back here along the path, and it was a gorgeous ride. I remember this very awkward spot as well, which now seems to be much more awkward thanks to some sort of construction work. Sign warning about high water, and there was one little spot with a few inches. They got a little bit of water in the front, in the foot bumps, but it doesn't seem like anything came in anywhere else. Hopefully that's the only spot where there's any sort of flooding. I let the roadies go go by instead. Yeah, well, the river is kind of close to the trail. Most spots like this are the ones that could be interesting, but I think this is protected enough. We go under. Oh man. Yay. Where else are you supposed to go? You know, there's not a signed detour, and there's not an alternative anywhere either. So you pretty much just have to hope for the best and go through these spots. Because you can't get on the road next door. But yeah, everything inside's dry. This is the, I think, the Autobahn. Or maybe the entrance to it. Yeah. Heading for the Brenner Pass, which is also where I am heading. I'll get your first view down through this gorge that I'm riding through. It's probably my all-time favorite stretch of riding. They decided to invest the money, turn this into a bike route. You can see through that little gap in the right, back into some of the mountains. This area is the Eisacktal, which is the highest pasture land in Europe. It's a lovely place to go for a mountain bike ride. There are some paved sections as well that I rode when I was here. It was a beautiful ride that started out in excellent weather and ended in the cold and the rain. There's the Radweg. You can see the large amount of truck traffic. Moving slowly. Comes the next tunnel. This one's a short one. Maybe part of the reason the train line was moved was due to flooding. No question I'm gaining elevation. I'm almost up to 1,000 according to my GPS. This whole section along the Eisacktal climbs at a roughly 1% gradient all the way till the turn off to head for Brixen in the pass. You can see too how rust colored the rocks are in this area. It's a much different geology than it was along the edge on the way to Trento. It's only around 15 miles though to Brixen, so it's not a super long ride. And of course, it's a very consistent gradient, being a train line as well. So you just get into a rhythm and you just kind of keep motoring on. Going in the other direction, this would be quite a fun ride. I recall doing it the first time with my recumbent. A couple more short tunnels. I don't think I've ever counted how many there are along here. If you look over on the left, you can see that sheer rock face and just how reddish that rock is. See the river rushing by below me, presumably. Certainly you can hear it. Fearsome looking river at the moment. I've encountered a rare section where the gradient is actually not climbing, and it is most refreshing to be going a little bit quicker. My big climb for the day. The path is going to go up along the road now, and I just had a look, and it appears that from here on it's a little bit less elevation gain at a time. It's been more consistently 2%. And my legs are starting to feel it. There's the strange checkerboard castle. Wonder if that was owned by the Knights of the Checkers? Don't know. Anyway, there's the nice park area. This is a very technical little bit of bike trail in here. Schloss Friedberg. And then of course there's the castle up on the hill too. To my left, that's coming down the hill, is the road that I came down when I went up on the whatever the name of that mountain was, not the Jena, whatever it was a beautiful place. looking river. And I wonder, based on the quality of the path surface, if this hasn't been flooded before. I am outside of Klausen yet now. And from there, Brixen's not very far. So now I'm going to be on cobblestones through the center of Klausen, which is actually kind of an interesting little place. Wow, there's bakeries in Brixen. Up the top of the hill there that overlooks Klausen. So I have seen it before. But we are getting quite close to Brixen, and that also comes with a change in landscape. We are exiting the gorge that I've been riding through and opening out into a whole different set of mountains. Get a little bit of a glimpse of those mountains here. There they are. And I gotta find out from my map what that mountain up ahead is. I'm pretty sure it has flooded. And based on the proximity to the river right now, I would say it's not far off from happening again. Floodwater is really hard on trails. And we are getting some raindrops again, because tradition is you gotta get wet every day. I have got 2.5 miles left to my hotel for the night. Past the city sign for Brixen. Brixen's kind of an interesting place. It is a Catholic bishopric or something. The outskirts are unappealing, like many cities. Some sort of a wall building with a church of some sort. Maybe that's the convent.